Hey guys, so I've just watched Tracy Leah Beauty's Truthful YouTuber tag. This was started by Mel Thompson. I will leave both Mel Thompson and Tracy Leah's videos down below in the description, but it was Tracy Leah Beauty that I saw doing this video first, and when I saw it I was like, yes, I want to do this too, so I got it from you, girl. Okay, so number one, have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, and then decided not to review it? Okay, so I've only received a few bits of PR, and I think because of my sub count, they tend to get in contact with me first rather than just send me out stuff, because they want to know whether or not I'm going to be making a video or if it's anything that I'm interested in, kind of thing. And so I've only ever really received a couple of bits here and there. And I remember that this company, I can't remember their name, but they basically did like healthcare supplements, and they said, can we send you something? And I said, yeah, sure. And they didn't say what they were going to send, and a lot of the time when a company will say that they're going to send something, I leave it up to them. They can choose what they want to send me. I'm not going to choose anything. You choose what you want to send me. That's how I feel, because I don't want them to feel pressured into having to send me a specific item. Anyway, well, I never got the package for a number of weeks, and they asked me a few times, like, did you get the package? Did you get the package? And I was like, I haven't received it. And I assumed that it got lost in the post, and they did not contact me after a couple of times of asking me whether or not I received the item. So once I finally did get it, it was like a slimming, like one of those flat tummy tea kind of things, but it wasn't from the flat tummy tea company. It was like another company who was trying to do health supplements and things like flat tummy tea as well, and they ended up sending me the tea that they had as a part of their line. And I was kind of like, oh, these things apparently are not very healthy, not very, you know, they're just not supposed to be good for you. And I decided I'm not going to try it, I'm not going to review it, I'm not going to do anything, because I do not want to damage my body using one of these flat tummy tea things, which apparently give you like really bad violent diarrhea or whatever. It's no good for your digestive system and your insides. I'm not risking it just to put out a video. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't care if it gives me content, whether it's good, bad, clickbait or not. I am not risking my health for some views. That's just, no, it's not happening. But I did kind of wish that they had sent me something else in their line, which would have probably been better for my health, rather than something, you know, that is going to make me lose weight. Like, I never said that I wanted to lose weight in the first place, so I'm not too sure why they decided to send me that. But at the same time, I never specified what I would like from them, so anyway, I decided not to review it and not to even try it. Number two, products you use alone but don't show or use online. I think pretty much everything that I use, I have mentioned at least once. I don't go around saying, like when I start a video, I don't go around saying, oh, I have this foundation and this lipstick and this eyeshadow and I've used this eyebrow pencil. I don't do all of that. I leave that all down in the description down below. But pretty much everything that I have used, like I'm looking at my vanity right now, and it's like, is there anything in there that I haven't mentioned? And it's like, no, I've mentioned literally everything that I've ever used at some point where I liked it or didn't like it. I have mentioned it. Products you won't buy because you don't support the brand. Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I don't like Jeffree Star. I do not support him. You who watch this video know that I don't support Jeffree Star, so I'm not out here trying to buy his stuff. Do you have any blocked words? Yes, this is something that Tracy said, and I think I should preface it as well, is if you don't have a YouTube, people who do have YouTube channels and put out videos, you are able to choose certain words and phrases that you can block. And that means that when somebody uses those certain words, it goes to a spam folder, and it would have to be reviewed before you can like either make it public or completely delete it. Because certain words, let's say the B word, right? You might be calling me the B word, or you might use it in a different way. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're calling me the B word. So it needs to kind of go into this folder so it can be reviewed before anything happens, before it's made public. So Anyway, so all of the profanities that you can think of are definitely blocked on my channel. And if you think that, you know, you're gonna call me any kind of word or call somebody else any kind of word, it's not gonna go through. It's not gonna be made public. So just don't even bother. Do you delete comments? If so, why? Yes, I do delete comments, because if I don't like a comment and it's on my channel, on my video, I'm gonna delete it. Whether I feel like it's personal against me, or if I feel like you're unfairly critiquing me in a way that I don't like, I'm going to delete it. Whether or not you or anybody else sees it as, oh, it wasn't anything that you necessarily needed to delete, well, that's not your choice to make, because it's my channel, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna delete it, period. Do you block people? Yes, I do. Have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with a brand? No, I don't feel like I'd need to, because I don't have any relationships with any brands. As I said, I've only ever really received a couple of bits of PR. Anytime that I have reviewed anything, it's my personal opinions, and I say what's good and what's not so good about their particular item. Whether or not they want to continue on a relationship with me because they liked or did not like what I had to say, well, that's what it is. Because if I actually want your item and want to review it, I'll just go and buy it. It doesn't make a difference to me regardless. I'm going to say what I want to say, and you're either going to take it or not. That's what it is. Like, it is what it is. So I don't really need to lie about anything, because like, I haven't got anything to gain from lying. It's not necessary. Have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it and then changed your mind but didn't let your audience know? No, I kind of feel like there's been a few items that I have tried, liked it, and then as I've gone on using it on my, during my day-to-day, it didn't work out as good as it did initially. And when I do like my monthly like faves and fails, empties, stuff like that, or if I just revisit that item, I do mention it, you know? So I do let you know. Influencer you don't trust. I don't trust anyone. And that might sound a little bit harsh, but when I say I don't trust anyone, it's simply because I'm not in your brain, and also what you like and what I like we might have different tastes. So I'm not going to completely put my 100% trust in everything that you're saying, knowing that your taste and my taste might be completely different. Like, I'm not going to let your opinion of something be like a complete determining factor on whether or not I like something. Does that make sense? I understand the question, like, is there somebody that you just feel lies through their teeth? And I think there's a lot of influencers who probably do. But as I said, I take everything with a grain of salt. I always kind of like use a skeptical mind no matter who I'm watching. So, you know, I always just decide, did I want to try that item out in the first place? Yes, then get it. No, then don't bother. And especially if somebody's saying that they don't like it, then that might lead me to say, you know, I'm not even going to bother to waste my time. Maybe that makes sense. Influencer you trust the most? Me. Secret tips or product application you don't show while on camera? Okay, product application I don't show on camera, 9 times out of 10 that would be my brows, because I feel like it's boring. I have done a couple of brow tutorials, but doing my brows on camera, I just kind of feel like if you lot saw that every single time, you probably get a little bit bored. So I don't generally show my brow application or my foundation application unless I'm doing a foundation review. But secret tips that I don't show while I'm on camera, I remember that I have done a video on makeup, like changes that I've made in my makeup routine. So if there is something that I have changed in regards to doing my brows or doing my foundation application, I have mentioned in that video, which I will link down below if I remember as well. So I do say what my tips or whatever that have changed, I do mention them, but I'll bundle them all into like one video so you can watch all of them all together. Have you ever showed one product but were actually using another? No. Like, what purpose does that serve? I don't understand what the point would be in doing that. Have you ever not disclosed a sponsorship? I've never been sponsored, so there won't be anything to disclose, but whenever I have had items which are sent to me as a gift that I have reviewed, I have mentioned that, and I've also mentioned that down below as well. Isn't it a bit annoying, like when you're watching someone and they've been sent an item or they're being sponsored and they don't say it? Like, just say it. And it gets super annoying when you see the video and they get caught out, like they get caught out that they were sponsored or that they did have an affiliation with that company prior. Like, why not just say, like, what's the big deal? Anyway, have you ever had a bad interaction with a brand? Yeah, I've had some bad interactions. I remember, oh, I think I made a video about this. I remember a brand, I think they were Amazon brand. They reached out to me and they were like, oh, can you make a review video on whatever product it was? I can't remember what it was. And I think certain parts of their email, which was supposed to be personally directed toward me, like they were talking about how many subs I have and what my channel's about, and you know, like, oh, we've seen that you've got 1,000 or whatever subscribers, but at the time I had like 1,200 and something, or something along those lines. It's like, okay, so if you're gonna mention it, get the information right. If you're gonna mention like, oh, we like your blah 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 channel, get the subject right, get the actual thing right. If you're going to be personally directing this email toward me, because that's clearly what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it look like you actually pay attention to my channel, but clearly you don't, because you're getting certain information wrong. But that wasn't the bad interaction. That was just kind of like the cherry on top. But what they were saying was like, oh, we want you to make a video about whatever item it was, and we're gonna send you a link, and all you have to do is pay half price or whatever for this product, and then you can make a video. What? Excuse me? What do you mean? Why am I having to pay for your product, but you want me to make a video? If you want me to make a video, you send me the product. And they were kind of like, no, because we don't want your followers to think that you're being sponsored. And I'm like, hold on, listen, that's not how a sponsorship works. A sponsorship is basically when you're paying me to make a video or to feature your brand in a video. You're not paying me. You're sending me an item and I'm reviewing it. I'm not going to pay for it, but if you want me to review it, here's my address and you can send it to me. And they made it a big situation that they want me to pay for this item. I said, listen, I did not ask for your item. This is not something that interests me. This is not something that I would have gone out of my way to look for, to review. So I'm definitely not going to pay you to make a review that's going to then benefit you. I'm basically sponsoring you to make a review to then drum up custom for you. What am I getting out of it? Nothing. So it was just kind of like, come out of my email. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have you ever bandwagoned with other people's thoughts on a particular product? So I'm now eating a sweetie. No, I do sometimes watch other people's videos on a product before I get it, but my thoughts and opinions are my thoughts and opinions. And if they just so happen to be the same as somebody else's, then that's what it is. It just means that we're having the exact same experience. And there's been a few times where I've watched a video on a product, regardless of whether or not I bought it in the end or not. And I've watched another video and then another video, and all three people or all of the people had the exact same thing to say or made the exact same positive point or negative point. And then there's been times where I've watched a review on something. It might have been a negative review, a positive review. And then when I've gotten the item, I felt the exact same way about that same product, whether it's a positive or a negative. And then there's been times where I've watched a review and then all of their points has not been the same experience that I've had. But at the end of the day, it's like, I listen to what other people have to say, but at the end of the day, what I think is what I think, and other people's opinions aren't going to sway me into making me feel like it's not going to brainwash me. And lastly, things other creators do that get on your nerves. You know what, I don't think this is a creative thing. I just don't like when influencers purposefully get into drama to keep their name relevant. I don't like that. Like, the beauty community, I feel like, has some of the most toxic people in it that just create drama to just keep their name relevant and keep their name in the spotlight. And I don't feel like it makes a difference whether or not they do something positive or negative. They're going to get the clout that they're looking for. I don't want to be in drama. That's just me. Anyway, so that is the Truthful YouTuber tag. Thank you so much, Tracy, for doing this video, because I really enjoyed doing it. I'm truthful anyway, but it's like, I like this tag because it's like everything that people want to know, you just do it all in one, you know? So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.